Good afternoon, this is Risai reporting to you from the Holy Trinity School with
Michaela. Today on the Holy Trinity School Report, we've got a range of entertainment, sports and worldwide news.
Yesterday night, Chelsea were beat 3-0 by Barcelona, hence Lionel Messi showed some of the best plays of the year and now handing over to the sports team.
Hi, I'm Yasin.
Hi, I'm Connor.
And this is the Sports from the Week. This week in the Champions League, Manchester United were defeated by a strong Sevilla side. Despite spending around £300 million in the last 2 seasons, Jose Mourinho could not defeat the Spanish side.
However, in the Camp Nou, Barcelona managed a well-deserved victory against Chelsea. The game ended 3-0 with Messi scoring twice and Dembele scoring his first goal for the club. The Argentina striker's second goal in the Nou Camp took him to 100 in the Champions League. In the Women's Super League, Chelsea ladies are currently first in the league, with Man City women's 1 point behind.
In the Six Nations, England failed to take the trophy, with Ireland winning the tournament with a game to spare. The BBC have said Eddie Jones, the England rugby manager, said he was very sorry for any offence caused and added, "No excuses, I shouldn't have said what I did."
Thank you.
And now, Stephen Hawkins has sadly passed away after defying doctors' expectations while battling with a motor neuron disease.
Passed out at the age of 76, the legendary theoretical physicist outlived doctors' predictions of death at 23 years of age. His career consisted of cosmology studies of the universe, in which he developed black hole radiation predictions and worked on quantum gravity.
The Guardian states in a recent article, the physicist and author who's died at home in Cambridge made intuitive leaps that would keep scientists busy for decades. Along with all of his studies, he wrote many books, such as
Introduced by Stephen Hawking,
A Brief History of Time,
The Universe in a Nutshell. Stephen's children, Lucy, Robert and Tim, requested Time to Mourn. We are deeply saddened that our beloved father passed away today, they wrote. He was a great scientist and an extraordinary man whose work and legacy will live on for many years. His courage and persistence with his brilliance and humour inspired people across the world. He once said, "It would not be much of a universe if it wasn't home to the people you love."
How has Stephen Hawking influenced your life?
Well, I'm a physics teacher, so Stephen Hawking really did kind of open up all of physics to a much wider crowd. He made it really interesting and brought loads of breakthroughs to the physics community.
After the amount of books being read throughout Holy Trinity was said to be too low, Reverend Millwood introduced Accelerated Reader into the school.
What is Accelerated Reader?
Accelerated Reader is an initiative that we've brought in order to promote reading for Year 7 and Year 8. What we give you is a test at the beginning that gives you an opportunity to find out your reading range. And those book levels are those that are actually there to support and challenge you at the same time. Once you've read that book, you then have the opportunity to take quizzes to develop your reading comprehension.
Is it important and why?
Of course it's important. I think reading is so important. When you go into the real world, you have to read every single day. And especially when we're considering our GCSEs when we finally get there, we need to be able to understand what's put in front of us so we can give ourselves the best possible chance of the best grades.
What is your opinion about Accelerated Reader and why?
I think it's a fantastic initiative. It allows you guys the opportunity to explore literature, and to be honest, we don't get enough of that. So you know what? I think it's a fantastic initiative.
Next on the agenda, we have an interview with Reverend Millwood giving the general workings of our school.
How well do you think the school has improved in the past 2 years?
I think we've made lots of improvements, lots of things have changed. One of the things that really thrills me is the way that our Christian vision has been embedded and the fact that I think everybody could now talk about those underpinning elements. So that's one of the really positives.
What aspects of the school do you think needs an improved focus and why?
Okay, so the next thing I think we need to work really hard on is learning. I think the teaching in this school is really exciting, but I want students to take more ownership of their learning moving forward and really to be the ones that are driving what happens in that way, so more engaged with their learning.
What was your favourite part of this year's Charity Week and why?
That's easy. It was covering Mr. Bradley and shaving foam. So It was the Ready Steady Cook day when I had to decorate him as a cake whilst being blindfolded. That was a lot of fun. He was a very good sport that day.
There's been a lot of success for the girls' sporting events recently. Did you take part in much sport as a child? What was your best sporting performance during your youth?
Oh dear, no, I was terrible. I absolutely love sport. I am the world's best armchair sports person. Love watching, love cheering, all those things. I was terrible at sport at school. I did everything I could not to play because I was so bad, and everyone else did everything they could not to have me on their team. It's sad, really.
There's been a big push in encouraging students and teachers alike to read more this year. How many books have you read this year? What was your favourite and why?
Okay. In terms of reading, I'm going to confess to you how I do it. In terms of sitting down and reading, I don't often have very much time to read anything other than reports and things like that that are sent to me by the government and other people. So, books I read by listening to. So I have an app called Audible, and I buy books and I listen when I'm driving to meetings and out and about, or if I'm out walking. I've listened that way to about 8 books. And the one that's impressed me the most, and I wrote it down so I got it right, is called Sophia, Princess, Suffragette and Revolutionary. And it's about an Indian princess who came to live in this country, true story, and she became caught up in the suffragette movement for women to have the right for a vote. And I've been fascinated and really moved by what women went through and did in order to get equality for women.
Next we have an interview with a selected number of talented students from the cast attending Holy Trinity School, and it just so happens they were the leads.
We are here with the cast of We Will Rock You. How long did it take you to do your makeup?
Oh, these guys about 5 minutes, but for me, from start to finish, it took me about 2.5 hours to get from man to woman.
When West End performer Ollie Thompson came in, how did he help you with your performances?
I think the most helpful thing he did was tell us what emotion we should be portraying behind our songs, and that really helped us to dig down deep and find that subtle place. Yeah.
Any pre/post-show rituals?
Oh, okay, so we'd all sort of meet on stage about an hour before the show starts, and we'd do a warm-up as a cast, and then I'd be romping backstage, getting ready, doing some warm-ups, and I'd meet my friend here, Harry, who would be in his tighty whities and his white trainers, getting ready in his feminine underwear.
He was a drag queen in the show.
Which is why it took us so long to do the makeup.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so we've got some quick-fire questions now. So, what was the funniest scene overall for you guys?
Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust.
And another one gone. And another one gone.
Bites the dust.
Okay, what was the most emotional moment?
I'd have to say, on the final night, me and Amy would come together for our emotional, tender kiss at the end, and we both blew into each other's microphones, causing a hurricane ripple effect across the whole of Capitol Horseshoe. So that noise really...
It was very emotional.
Really
ripped into the heartstrings.
Resonated.
And what do you miss the most about the show?
Oh, like being in the theatre and performing it.
And
it was like such a fun show to do.
The
energy. It's amazing.
Next, we would like to congratulate the Holy Trinity School Languages Department on getting 16th in the country for French and 3rd for Arabic in the Vocab Express competition.
Vocab Express is a unique learning platform that urges students to build their vocabulary across 14 different languages. Once again, they introduced a new global challenge. This challenge is a week-long event which convinces students to battle it out to be on the top of the leaderboard.
More than 150 schools have participated. The top winner this year was the Dixie Grammar School, with Holy Trinity coming in 15th place, which is a great achievement. Here we are to interview our MFL teacher, Mr. Cooper.
Hi, sir.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. What do you think about the global challenge this year?
I thought it was really good. The students in a lot of different groups got really involved and really engaged with it. We've entered for the past few years, but this is actually the first year we've ended up on the global leaderboard, which was a fantastic achievement. I was particularly proud of the fact that students tried lots of other different languages than the ones that we actually teach in school as well.
Do you think this will help young people learn foreign languages and why?
I would definitely hope so. It's a competition is a really good way of getting people to engage with the process and actually realising that they can achieve, because at the end of the day none of us were able to speak any language at all when we were born, so all of us have actually learned a language, and there is a perception of learning foreign languages is actually very, very difficult, which is why people don't always take them up as much as they actually could, and hopefully this is a way of making them realise that they can achieve some success in it.
And now to the controversial topic of school funding. Let's see what they have to say.
This is and my name is Makita. And today we will be talking about funding in West Sussex schools. Schools in West Sussex are missing out millions of pounds due to an outdated funding system, making West Sussex the lowest funded county council and the fourth lowest funded local authority nationally.
Last month, the West Sussex Cabinet Member for Education and Skills, Jeremy Hunt, expressed a serious concern over this issue to the Secretary of State for Education, Nicky Morgan.
He said if West Sussex was funded at the average SBUF, school block unit funding, for all county schools, our schools would have received an additional £15.1 million. If we were funded at the SBUF for our statistical neighbours, schools would have received an additional £11.8 million.
We are here to talk to Mr. Abbasi, who is an English teacher at Holy Trinity Secondary School.
What do you think about the new funding policy for West Sussex schools?
It seems to be an improvement upon the last one, but it does still leave many schools a bit short.
What do you think they can do to improve on it?
It seems to me that actually the pot overall is not big enough at the moment. There's just not enough money to go around, so no matter how we kind of redivide it, there's still going to be shortages in many schools.
Do you think the government is being unfair?
It's difficult to say fair and unfair. There's a certain amount of money to go around and it's allocated based upon need. As I say, there's lots and lots of schools in trouble at the moment, and that is a real issue.
What effect is the funding issue causing on schools affected?
Well, it's having a range of issues. Students will notice and parents will notice that classes aren't 26, 28 students, they're 32, 34 students sometimes. A piece of equipment like a computer might break and it can't be replaced. Maybe certain students with certain needs, those needs aren't being met. So there's gaps appearing.
Thank you for talking to us. Now back to the studio.
We now have the weather.
Hi, I'm Millie.
Hi, I'm George. Hi, I'm Kieran, and we are going to talk to you about the weather across the UK. Reporting from Holy Trinity for this week's BBC News Report.
Following on from last week's weather, when Storm Emma hit the UK, you can expect more of a milder trend this week.
Across the whole of England, you will expect rain showers spreading to the north with a maximum temperature of 12 degrees and a minimum of -1.
In Crawley, it will be cloudy with parts of sunny spells. The highest temperature you will get is 11 degrees.
Also, through the week, you can be expecting some more snowy spells towards the weekend.
Thank you for your time.
This was the weather.
Back to you in the newsroom.
Thank you for watching BBC School News Report. Until next time.
Bye.